There's a divide between the rich and poor. Mobsters will dump you in a ditch and more. Pizza guys will sometimes be surprised at a big tip, and so they don't really see demise. Just take another swig and sip of their beer and wake up feeling like friggin' shit. CEOs often need free hoes who love breaking hearts and leading to repeating lows. But sometimes a guy who has no money can even score with them if he's witty and funny. Even those who live shitty and bummy will be covered by some titties and tummy and be happier than the rich and the dummies who often make a total bitch their own honey. Marry any girl who looks like a Playboy bunny. Never mind her personality and that she's pretty cunning, and really mainly cares about his salary, counting every calorie amounting to the allergy of alcoholism. I have to see it as I call it, and you already saw it. Some rich people that claim that they're flawless, but happiness comes from a good attitude, not the crappiness of a model who's mad at you. She's only human and can turn into an attitude, driving you crazy until you say I've had it, dude. Middle Americans are the most happy, close with their families when things are getting crappy. Too many poor really value being scrappy. Instead of jail, I'd rather just let a woman slap me. The bottom line is, you're out of your mind if you disagree that the people who stay kind through shit know happiness, they're often the main ones who find it. Because that fact be this, in the end all we have is our close people. Stick with the good and forget those who are evil. Here's the divide between the rich and poor. Monsters will dump you in a ditch and more. Pizza guys will sometimes be surprised at a big tip, and so they don't really see demise. Just take another swig and sip of their beer and wake up feeling like friggin' shit. CEOs often need free hoes who love breaking hearts and leading to repeating lows, but
Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today we're doing something a bit different, embarking on a fascinating journey into just one, maybe surprising source: the lyrics of the song Happy. Our mission for you is to unpack its really thought-provoking, often counterintuitive take on happiness. We're going to pull out the most important nuggets of wisdom hidden in there. Get ready for some, well, surprising perspectives and maybe a unique definition of what it means to be content. So right off the bat, this song hits you with a pretty stark contrast: the divide between the rich and the poor. It's quite compelling how it portrays the haves.
It really is. It's a very stark picture, actually. The lyrics, they don't pull any punches. You've got wealthy folks, mobsters who, the song says, will dump you in a ditch and more, which is dark. And then CEOs who, again, quite bluntly, often need free hoes. And this apparently leads to, breaking hearts and these repeating lows.
Yeah.
It suggests that even with all that money, there's this, emptiness, a search for something fleeting that just brings more unhappiness.
And it really hammers home that idea, doesn't it? That some wealthy people pick partners based just on looks, like the Playboy bunny type the lyrics mention. And the song says they ignore her actual personality, or that she might be pretty cunning or, mainly focused on his salary.
Right.
Which, it warns, can spiral into alcoholism, deep unhappiness, even if they're with a, quote, model who's mad. It feels less like just knocking the rich and more like challenging that whole idea that money equals happiness.
Exactly. That really points toward what psychologists sometimes call the hedonic treadmill.
Yeah.
The idea that we adapt to luxuries, always needing the next thing, but never finding, lasting satisfaction. So if wealth brings these repeating lows, this kind of superficial stuff, the song makes you ask, where is real contentment found?
Well, and it immediately flips that, contrasting the rich with the lives of people with less money. It points out how pizza guys will sometimes be surprised at a big tip, and so they don't really see demise.
Right.
They might wake up feeling, as it says, like friggin' shit after some beer. But maybe there's a different kind of freedom, less existential dread.
Yeah, exactly. And the song suggests someone with no money can still score if they're witty and funny. Even those it calls shitty and bummy find a different kind of warmth that uses this really provocative image.
Titties and tummy line.
Yeah, being covered by some titties and tummy. It's striking, maybe meant to convey simple, unburdened contentment.
It certainly challenges the narrative that happiness is all about having stuff. It's just something more, internal.
Absolutely. It's a more complex picture.
And this is where it pivots, I think, offering a kind of surprising take on who it thinks is the most happy. It looks towards middle Americans.
And the reason it gives is fascinating. It highlights their closeness with families, especially it says when things are getting crappy.
Right.
It implies this deep resilience, a core support system that maybe the rich in their superficial world don't have.
That feels like it connects to a lot of wisdom, old and new, doesn't it? Strong social bonds mattering more than stuff.
Precisely. Finding meaning in connection, especially when life throws things at you. Resilience.
Okay, so let's pull this together. What's the song's bottom line on where happiness comes from? It seems to shift completely away from external things.
It really does. The argument is, well, pretty clear. Happiness stems from a good attitude. Not wealth, not even being flawless. It's about being kind through shit. That's the phrase it uses.
Kind through shit, yeah.
And it states it so forcefully. You're out of your mind if you disagree that the people who stay kind through shit know happiness.
Wow.
So it's an internal state, right? A mindset, not about what you have or whether life is perfect.
That's a really powerful idea, that joy comes from resilience, empathy, especially when things are tough, not just chasing pleasure or money.
Absolutely. And the core message, the takeaway it leaves you with is that in the end, all we have is our close people. It really stresses sticking with the good and forget those who are evil. It brings it all back to human connection, integrity. Those are the anchors.
So, reflecting on this deep dive into just these lyrics from Happy, what does it really tell us about genuine joy?
Well, I think it seriously challenges us to rethink, common ideas about success, to really consider where happiness actually comes from. And maybe this raises a question for you, the listener, to ponder. How do these lyrics about wealth, relationships, attitude, how do they challenge or maybe confirm your own understanding of what it really means to be happy?
Something to think about until our next deep dive together.